What's up? Another day, another dollar here. Now we back at it again with another video. This time we're doing a starter replacement for a '07 Mercedes-Benz S550. And a lot of videos that was actually showing you got to drop the horn top subframe, but you don't have to do all of that. So I'm gonna show you guys underneath the car. I already got the starter out, so I'll show you guys what to take off and what you need. All right. So underneath the car. Bear with me. So you'll need to take off this shield off right here, and is a T25, and it's going to be sitting right here. It's going to be sitting right here. You probably see where the screws is at. One right here and then one right there. I recommend you use the baby ratchets to get them out. This is the starter. So you will squeeze it out through this section right here. So what you need to do is, the starter's going to be sitting just like this inside the transmission. But one thing is, it's kind of hard to see. I'm gonna put the camera on. All right, so I'm underneath the car. So you will need this one, and it's an inverted Torx. I believe is an E14, I think. And there's one right here, and there's another one on top. Let me see if I can stick my hand in there. And then there's one right there. So the starter is going to be sitting just like this into the transmission. So what you need to do is try to turn it, try to flip the whole entire thing around. So you have to flip it all the way around just like this. And so I'm going to show you guys how to. All right, so I put it kind of halfway in. But it's going to be somewhat like kind of like this, but it's just going to be a little bit further down. So you want this piece right here to go underneath that shaft right there, and you want this side pointing right and this side pointing left. And after we get to that point, then you could just, after you get to that point when you get underneath it, then you could just pop it right out. So yep. And then I'm gonna got the new starter here, so I'm gonna show you guys how to install it. All right, so it's been a little bit. The part that we got was the wrong part, so I'm assuming it was for the rear wheel drive model. So this is the right part. So if you guys see how it is, you want to install it, you want to install it just like in this position. So you want this have to be at the bottom, this has to be at the top, and you want to squeeze it just like that. It's a tight little fit. You don't have to drop no subframe that other people probably say that you got to do and stuff like that. You don't have to remove nothing. You just squeeze it just like that. The only thing is, I do recommend, if you guys really want to make it a little bit easier, remove this too as well, because it's just rubber. So it'll be a little bit easier to slide this in. Other than that, it's just going to be very grippy to the point, but you don't really have to. You can still do it without it. So at this point on, then when you get that on there, just have to just push it forward. And after when you get to a good spot like how I am right now, and this is where you put the wires on. So the power wire, that's this guy right there, that goes onto that. And it's a little wire that's somewhere that's in this mess, goes into this one right there. After you get to this spot, then you just have to kind of finagle it to turn it the other way around. And yeah, it's the best way to do it is just kind of like push it forward, and then from there kind of have it up and kind of twist it. But it takes a little bit until you get it, and then from there I'll show you guys. Okay, so I got both the wires in, as you guys can tell. This one's at the bottom, that one's at the bottom. I do recommend an impact wrench. Yeah, it's definitely helpful, but you don't really need it, but it's just gonna take a little bit longer. So now this is the trick a little bit. Now what you have to do is have this starter and flip it 180 degrees. So Let me see if I can do this one hand, try to get some content. All right, and this part right here has to be facing up. So just let you guys know. So after we get to this spot here. All right. It's kind of hard with one hand, but you see where I'm getting at. So now at this point, then you just want to just kind of hit the starter back into the spot. So that's like kind of like right here. So this is the bolt, that's the bolt on top of it, so it's right in the middle right there. So, and just let you guys know, yes, you do have to take off that axle out the car. So there's unbolt the upper control arm, and then the upper control arm, the bolt for the shock, and my dad took off the lower control arm too. So you probably don't have to take off the lower control arm, but you could just take off the shock and the upper control arm, and then the thing would just drop down. And you probably don't even have to do that. You could just take the bolts off the shock on the top and the upper control arm and leave everything on like this, and then just drop it down. And Dad, you have to, I just noticed, you have to pick this thing up. The brake line.
Yeah, what about it?
You had the brake line.
What I got?
No, jack it up so the brake line is under tension.
Okay.
Watch your leg, because it's not really on the bottom of the, it's not on the bottom of the bolt.
Okay.
It's on the caliper. Here, put the jack on the lower control arm. Jack it up. All right, that's good.
Yeah, we don't want to break that.
Nope. All right, so now I just had to do is just put the starter inside the spot, and then just tighten up these two bolts. Well, one is just in there just to sit in there. But
your wallet right there, right?
huh?
Your wallet.
Oh, okay. All right, so let me just get the starter in and come back. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see, but I got the new starter in, as you can tell right there. They got the bolts actually tightened. So last but not least, we had to put the heat shield back on, and those are torque bits, and those are T25s. So okay, yep, I got the bolts here, and you just line it up. So I got these hand tightened in. So now you get your T25 Torx bit. And again, if you don't have electric wrench, it's going to be make these things very, very easy. Yeah, and a regular wrench, yeah, you can get it, but it's going to be a pain. Ouch. It hit my head. And if you guys really want to make some space, if you just take off this exhaust right here, yeah, that will bring way more space, but that's too much work for all of that. But if you want an easier job, I will say kind of easy, because exhaust works, so it's kind of like a hit and miss sometimes. But if your bolts are not rusty, why not? Okay, let me just tighten this. So she is put back together. All we have to do is just put the axle back in.
We got to put the other screw
and
in too.
The upper control arm, and of course the lower control arm, and everything is all good. And I want to show you guys if it starts. I'm gonna start it real quick. All right. Wrong key. Starts up nice and good. Don't want to get it hot because we still got to work on it. All right, so this job was a pain. Definitely save yourself some money.
At least $700.
$700. My car, taking off a starter is like taking the wheel off. Easy. So, and hopefully this video was good because it was kind of hard to record. So, yep. So I give you a little runaround before I close it out. You just want to take off the axle on the driver's side, take off the upper control arm, and then also you can take off the bolts off the shock here to make it easier, or you could take out the bolt at the bottom, but I think it'll be the bolt on the top will be a little bit easier. So then from there you just take off the axle out. Good luck on that one. Then after that you had some room for the starter, and then you see all the bolts and stuff like that you got to take off. So hopefully this video was good. So like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. And if you guys again see something for me to improve besides the not GoPro, tripod, because I already know I've been saying that for like the last 4 or 5 videos. So I have to get one very, very soon. But just like and subscribe, and then see you guys at the next one.